G'day guys and girls, welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at both old games and new to try and uncover some of those little hidden gems you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. Today we're looking at an X-Fest title, Hell Is Us. Hell Is Us is a third-person kind of action combat adventure game, which reminds me a little bit of the old Resident Evils in a way, but with a really interesting take on combat and kind of this mix of divinity and technology. So we're going to dive in for about 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay as always, and I'm going to wrap up at the end with my thoughts, feelings and impressions of the game to see whether this might be one that you want to give a shot and try out for yourself. Let's dive in.
It's a true serum. It's still experimental, hence the polygraph. I would have tortured you, but my employers insist I use their concoction. Now, let's begin. How did you get into Hadia?
The yellow brick road.
Well, apparently, needs more time. While it's going through your system, curious about something. Why did you do it?
Anyone in my shoes would have done the same.
I think you overestimate human beings. I don't think you realize the time, money, and resources that went into this operation. You pissed off the wrong people. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You were smuggled out of Hadia at age 5, grew up in the foster care system, and dabbled in criminal activities. You managed to pull yourself together and become a decorated soldier. After decades of trying to get back into Hadia, well, you decided to take matters into your own hands. It seems we're ready. How did you get into Hadia?
I asked for a transfer to the UN peacekeepers, who were deployed inside Hadia. It backfired. When the paperwork cleared, Hadia's civil war was in full swing and the peacekeepers pulled out. I reported to my new unit, stole some gear, and crossed the mountains.
Why come back?
Fuck. My parents. I wanted to find them. I needed to confront them.
How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. My only memory was that my father was the blacksmith of a village of Jova.
Getting into Hadia is just as hard as leaving. Tell me, who smuggled you out?
My mother.
What happened?
She sat me down in the back of a truck, gave me her necklace, and shut the door.
She didn't say anything?
She told me, never come back.
Okay, I see what they're going for there, kind of that flashback as part of the interrogation. I think the exposition's gone a little bit long though for the start of a game. Pretty forest though. Alright, we're in. Let's have a look around. Graphics are great. It's a good looking game. We'll see. Can't always check to see whether we can go backwards. No luck there. Let's continue on down. We're moving at a good speed. I am using an Xbox controller for this. It is the recommended style of play for the game. Let's see, what do you reckon about right around here to the right? There's always a hidden thing, right? Let's have a look. Ah, I see a glowy dot. Go towards the glowy dot. Always at a waterfall. Always. What do we got here? Gather. Okay. A gold medallion. Fair enough. Alright, cool. Can we do anything with that? Nope. And an eye. Unknown language. Well, that's a shame. Okay, cool. Can't do anything with that. Whatever. Alright, let's kick on down. Alright, follow against the river. A little bit of mist going on. I'm getting some really kind of... There was this movie, I think it was called Legion. That was kind of this angels versus demons apocalypse thing where there was like a holdout in a service station. And I'm kind of getting a bit of that vibe going on a little bit with Big Fat Man the Demon at the interrogation back there. Oh, graves. Okay, stand on your grave. We'll keep wandering. Alright, here we go. A spooky house. And a dead horse. A cow, sorry. What we got? Is it? Here we go. What's down here? That's a bit spooky. Alright, conversations. Yep. What you got to say, mate?
You must be lost to wander around Sinedra Forest. I'm afraid I have very little to offer. You're welcome to stay and catch your breath. Frankly, I could use the
fantastic voice acting. Okay, who are you?
Who are you?
The name's Ernest Cadell. My family has tilled the earth here for generations. When the Sabinian army dug in for the winter, they used our home as their headquarters. I wasn't here at the time, but my sons were. When I finally came back, the Sabinians were long gone. They left my sons' bodies in the forest. My only solace is knowing that my fourth son might still be alive. I hope he finds his way home.
Poor guy.
If he's out there somewhere.
What do we know of the village?
Do you know where the village of Jova is located?
It's in Akasa Marshes. It's quite a ways from here. I'm afraid you're going to need a vehicle. Unfortunately, I have none. A group of strange-looking soldiers arrived here last night in an APC. Perhaps you can ask them for help. It's not the first time I've seen them. They always seem to be snooping around here for something.
APC. Tell us.
Where can I find the APC?
They parked their APC just beyond the woods, to the north. Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through. I hung them in the trees so my sons would stop getting lost when they were children. Setharus, bless their souls. The gate to enter the woods is locked. Here, take this key to unlock it.
Alright, we have a key. Let's go. Alright, let's move on. We can now travel. Woo! Okay, look around. Creepy old man. Can we trade with him? Nothing to trade. Okay, cool. No relevant items. What else we got? Shiny, shiny.
Hey, Gus, Arlo, Otis.
A
Please
tape.
pick up.
Cool.
It's Atticus.
Well, keep
Been trying to
playing.
call
Yes,
for
it will.
days now.
Good.
Phone lines keep going down, so I don't know when I'll be able to call you back,
Save.
but I'll keep trying. Hey, don't go killing Sabs without me. See you soon.
Alright, let's keep going. What? It feels rather like they're invoking an open world feeling, but it is clearly very linear in terms of the directions you can go in your traversal of the environment. For a modern game, the movement does feel interesting in that, like, it very much appears that, like, a basic fence is just a barrier for this guy. So, here's what it is. Use the key, and in we go. Creepy bloody wind chimes over there. Our mate did say he hung them to show his kids not to get lost, but man, that serial killer level stuff there, buddy. Alright, let's go left. Up we go. What's in here? Oh, another glowy. Cool. We have a scorched bell. Fair enough. I'm not actually sure what these items do. Oh, there's something shiny up there. How do we get there? Crater. I mean, I guess we're supposed to follow the sounds of those wind chimes, but... Here we go, more of them. Up we go. Very destroyed tractor with light on it. No. I'm really waiting for the game to kind of pick up into the mechanics of it, because I know it is an action, kind of action RPG, action fighter. Oh, there's the APC for sure. Oh, mate, you're not looking too good. Oh, is he missing his eyes?
You found me. Epsilon 12, right? I can't see shit. I have blood in my eyes. You must have honed in on my distress beacon.
Who are you?
Sifo 451, Epsilon 11. I got separated from my unit. They're still down there behind that door. We were on an SSC. We got jumped. I'm not sure how I got here. All I remember is hearing that door shutting behind me. I must have triggered something. We need the key to the APC. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Whatever got him did a number on him.
Who has the APC key?
The sergeant has the key. He's inside with the team. The sergeant's easy to spot. He's the one with a dark red poncho. Shit. I'm hurt pretty bad. I need to stop the bleeding. Look, we have a med kit in the camp we set up in the woods west of here. We marked the trees to make it easier to navigate. Bring me the med kit, and I'll give you what you need to open the door.
Okay, med kit it is, and it seems like we're about to get to that combat for sure. So first thing, we've got to use the compass. There's our compass. Alright, up we go. West, mark the trees. Alright. Are we in here? No. Must be up. Yep, let's go up here. Looking for marked trees to find the med kit. Do you think it'll be subtle or really obvious? What do we think? Oh, we can run. Woof. Okay. There we go. Mark trees. Cool. So it wasn't there. Let's keep going. Mark. Oh, let's try up here. Just see if there's something hidden. So wait, yep, glowy. There we go. Even if you blockheads find the key, I bet you'll never find the treasure chest. The blue paint is harder to see than the red. Okay, equipable items. Cool. Family treasure mystery discovered. Alright, fair enough. Where are we looking? Some tables and chairs. It's feeling very empty. Trees marked, trees marked. And here we go. There's a bunch of lights, an X on that barrel there. Nothing up there. Here we go. Looks like the med center and a glowy. There we go. Grab the med kit. Woo! Another glowy. Subject anomaly imprint. And a vial of strange substance. Okay. Off we go. I want to find that mystery. Oh, what do we got here? It's a turny thing. Okay, I've put a bit of a cut in here because I spent a whole lot of time mucking around with a few little puzzles and things like that. But we have got back and we have opened up the door, I think. Let's see. There we go. Yep, door is open, so now we can see a bit more of what's going on with this weird world. Weird and creepy world. Down we go. Another glow. Nope, that's just a light. Never a good thing when you get a rumble like that when you're underground. It's not what we want. Spooky. Underground church, cathedral looking thing. Lots of generators that they've brought in from everywhere, but... yep, manual saves. Death system upon defeat. Any conversations, datum discovered, puzzles completed. We'll continue another miscellaneous report item. Save, and let's dive in a bit further. Oh, here we go. We found a thing. Maybe we found the captain. Well, maybe we found a dead captain.
Hey, you okay?
Oh, he doesn't look good.
Hey!
That's not good.
Fuck. What the fuck? Shit.
Our dude doesn't seem to be dodging well. friend. So, by the sound of it, our character's got no idea what the hell's just happened, but we just had some demon thing and some chick with like a Chinese, like demon mask go to town on each other, and the white guy literally pulled out her stomach or her heart. Off to a good start. Cool looking sword. It does look like pretty fragile, but is cool looking. So, yep, that's the transition. Right, we just watched some strange lady get absolutely slaughtered, and we go put her clothes on, grab her sword, and now the drone's like, hey, I got a new friend. How do we know how to use any of this? Oh, I love that that's how we've got our equipment. Cool. Alright, well, considering how much this thing decimated the other, he was surprisingly simple. That felt really anticlimactic given the epicness of that video that just killed the friend that had all the gear. Wow. So, fair enough. We have a giant sword. We've got a tablet. It's got a bunch of stuff in here, quests and things like that. Okay. I see what's going on here. We've got a limbic sword, and we can upgrade it. Okay, cool. There's a bunch of different upgrades we can put in. That's pretty cool. And we've got like a shield thing and defensive gear. Alright, I see how this is kind of coming together. Do we have anything else we can equip? It doesn't look like it. Let's keep exploring. Alright, now that we got a sword. No, can't break that. Definitely looks like we're going up to that big door with the lights on it, but getting a feel for their swipes. Alright, puzzle. Okay, I've made another cut here to skip ahead a little bit, just to kind of, you know, show a bit more of the sort of combat that is in this game, because we are getting to the end of this video, and I do feel that it is starting... There's a lot of exploration and figuring out of puzzles that can drag a bit in videos like this. So I just wanted to dive into where we can see a bit more of what's kind of going on, and a bit more of the combat that's a bit more similar to what we saw in that initial video. So they do this thing where they link up, and the hollow walkers, which are the humanoids, kind of link to these hazes, which... you can only damage one when the other one is kind of finished off, which is quite a interesting mechanic. And it does start to make the combat a little bit more interesting. So let's... And I got my two little trusty axes here. It is fast-paced. It does have a lot of punchiness to it. And the animations of the enemies are fantastic. They're really well put together. There we go. So really satisfying animations throughout that process. We are starting to get to the end of the video though, so to sum up with a bit of what I think about this game. It's an intriguing premise and an intriguing world. Storytelling feels a bit... I don't know, it's not quite landing for me, but then again, this isn't my type of game as such. I feel like if you're a fan of games like Resident Evil, this might be up your alley. For me, probably not one I'm necessarily going to come back to, even though the production value is quite high. It looks good, it does feel good for the combat, but the gameplay loop itself for me, just me personally, is not my style of game. But it does seem like it does have a bit of an interesting premise, and the combat could be quite enjoyable with some of the upgrades and perks. Like I've got these little axes. I do want to know a bit more about this kind of this army or force of the good guys that are not represented by these demons and the Hollow Knights. But so far I haven't really learnt much about them. So I guess I'll I'll give it a few more hours and see whether it picks up a bit in that way. Anyway, this has been Hell Is Us. Interesting little title in the next fest, and the demo is still playable, so you can pick that up and have a look at it. This has been Sidequest Gaming. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate it. As always, trying to release a video every day of the week, so make sure to like, subscribe so you don't miss any of the content, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya!